Today on Real Vibes, I'm going to show you how I draw. First off, humans. So the head shape, I start with a circle, then go down in line to create the jaw. Always reference, but so these are like the proportions: circle, line, jaw, and then this one's kind of too tall, so I'd slide it down a bit, and yeah, just make it good. But so then you're gonna want to do the neck. I just do a little circle for that, and this is the pose that I'm gonna be trying to do. So yeah, and then the chest, but it doesn't seem like the right shape, so I'm gonna adjust it a little, and then I'm gonna and then put the shoulders on, but it seems a little too small, so I'm gonna make it bigger again. Again, this is the sketch, so play around with it. That's the stomach, just a circle. Then this is kind of like an oval shape with two lines on either side of the line. It's like the top of the thigh. So these are going to be where I put the legs, like kind of like the joints, but I'm going to have it leaning over slightly to counterbalance the weight that the other leg kind of puts off and that arm puts off. And where your leg, like, so in proportion wise, your arms go down to halfway down your thighs. And then that's supposed to be half of your body, like kind of where your legs are in comparison to the top, but the head obviously sets that off because it's a cartoon. So I just sketched out like where the limbs kind of are. It's like you just kind of sketch like around. Sorry, I get a notification. I put it on Do Not Disturb for the rest of the video. And then I made it a little smaller at the end because it's away. And then this one kind of got a bit bigger because it's close. I made the thigh a little bigger because when you actually bend your leg in real life, like what's it called? Like the flesh kind of, or like skin goes out a little because it doesn't have somewhere to go. And then I'm going to adjust this, move it more centered, just so it's easier. And then delete the lasso. Lower the opacity, change it to a nice color because it helps you distinguish where the lines are. If you just have a bunch of grays, it's a little harder. And then I'm going to pick a different color for this second level of sketch. This level of sketch you can still mess around with, but it's close to the liner. I just outlined the head, then I'm doing the hair. This is a wolf cut. And then what I do to remember how to draw the hair is I look at a hair, like reference, I describe it, and I draw what I described. So you can see that I kind of edited the pieces, but they're looking a little funky. And I'm going to have it looking somewhere. So yeah. I'll show you what I mean by this. So I always reference, but I have the two things at the top, I have the two things at the side, and I have the four little pieces in the back. Those are like kind of the notes I have from a short wolf cut that I remember. And yeah. So she's gonna be wearing like oh wait, sorry. I have to like fix that. Her eyes, cause she's smiling. She's all bubbly. Like has her arm, like has her leg up. She's bubbly. And then I'm doing a t-shirt, but I'm gonna turn on the reference. So also I'm gonna add like the layer of where the skin ends, just so, because t-shirts are a little like big. Just a little. The sleeves kind of pop out because they have that shape. And then, yeah, if you didn't catch that, I opened the reference thing by tapping that like top middle button. Yeah. So now I'm just outlining some of the shapes. I don't outline all of the shapes because like you'll see the lines that aren't there. And since I can mess around with it, because it's a basic sketch. it's still a sketch. So if I want to adjust some pieces, I can. And then right here, the neck is too long. So I'm going to lasso it. And yeah. If I hadn't said before, the lasso doesn't line up perfectly with the pixels. So yeah. It'll create like a little blurred effect. And now she has candy on her arms, so I'm just using the axis to perspective, and then there's her smile, and they were done. Sub for part 2.